welcome. I'm Ijoma Onyato. Tonight, the president to swear in ministers tomorrow. Ministers designate allowed only 2 guests. Gbajabiamila group in the House of Representatives storms out of the APC caucus meeting, accuses Speaker of anti-party agenda. The Nigerian Army begins probe on activities of officers during the last general elections. And Prime Minister David Cameron outlines reform goals, including restrictions on benefits for people coming to the UK. And on business news tonight, analysts predict a 0.1% hike in the headline inflation rate for the month of October.
On sports news tonight, world Scrabble champion Wellington Jigere arrives Nigeria after a heroic feat in Australia, vows to dominate the sport.
The long wait will finally come to an end tomorrow as the ministers designate will take their oath of office at the presidential villa. The stage is now set for the ceremony to take place, but some of the ministers will not have portfolios considering the merger of some ministries by the president. The ceremony may not be an elaborate one going by the plans of the presidency, as each minister designate is allowed 2 guests. In all, 36 ministers designate have been confirmed by the Senate. The president, during the ministerial retreat, told ministers designate to be change agents. He said the time has come for the government to demonstrate its commitment to Nigerians by leading by example. While the wind of change is blowing through the federal parastatals, as the president today ordered the mass retirement of 17 permanent secretaries in the federal civil service. 18 new permanent secretaries were also appointed in the federal civil service, while some other permanent secretaries were redeployed. The president also collapsed some ministries and announced the establishment of new ones. The new ministries are Ministry of Information and Culture, Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, among others. The Ministries of Aviation and Police Affairs have been scrapped, although no explanation was given for the decision. The Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, says the appointments and redeployments are with immediate effect. Well, some House of Representatives members today stormed out of the All Progressive Congress caucus meeting at the National Complex in Abuja. Their grievances are many. First, they claim that there's a plan by the group led by the Speaker, Yakubu Dogara, to remove Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. They also say that the People's Democratic Party members are unduly favored by the Speaker in the appointment of committee heads and deputies. The Chief Whip, however, denies any such plot, saying the leadership of the House is united.
This was the atmosphere on Monday when the House of Representatives inaugurated its standing committees. But on Tuesday morning, it appeared the cloud of unity had disappeared. The majority party, the APC, had a closed-door meeting. According to the lawmaker, the meeting was to discuss a news conference by some members of the House the day before.
Actually had a press conference, and he said on behalf of the APC caucus, the distribution of the committees were not acceptable, and he was calling for the immediate dissolution or dissolving of the committees. So we said that one is not in our interest. It's not caucus. It's not APC caucus. That said that 22 people out of 200 and something cannot come and speak on behalf of. So that's why the meeting was called.
The meeting did not last long as some members stormed out of the meeting.
Yesterday, while we are having a meeting at the National Party, texts were applying by the same group of people that doesn't want APC to succeed in this house, that Gbajabiamila is going to be removed today. And they actually planned it. Our leader, that is because he's the candidate. So we came and they couldn't do nothing because it's a lie. They know we hold the party. We have the majority. And as long as this house is going to be dictated by PDP, we will resist it. If Dogara wants us to be with him, fine and good. He's one of our own, and we don't have any problem with being with Dogara. If only he can align himself to our party manifesto and the wishes of Mr. President, he would have a smooth ride because he has majority in this house.
Coming out of the meeting, the chief whip of the House said the leadership of the House is united.
I want to tell you on behalf of the leadership that the leadership has no crack whatsoever as far as we are concerned. As I'm talking to you, Right Honorable Dogara and the leader of the House are right now in the same room in the office of the Speaker discussing, trying to see how we can move ahead. Nigerians are tired of this waiting.
He also dismissed allegations of a plot against the majority leader.
And even speculations made earlier on that there is any move whatsoever to remove Femi as leader is unfounded. It's not from the leadership, it's not from the APC. And I want to also tell you this morning I have a very close consultation with the leaders of the party, specifically Senator Lawal Shaibu, who is the deputy leader of the APC in Nigeria. And we have told him that there is no cause for alarm in the House of Representatives.
The majority leader, however, says there are no issues between him and the Speaker.
The Speaker and I have no issues. We never had issues, we get along. But if the speakers, if those who claim they are with the Speaker and those who claim they are with me have issues amongst themselves, it is for the Speaker and I to try and resolve those issues for them, not for us. Speaker and I have no issues.
All eyes will now be on the House of Representatives to see how this will play out within the party and what impact it will have on the House of Representatives. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
The senator representing Zamfara Central, Kabiru Marafa, has questioned the legality of the 65 standing committees announced by the Senate President Bukola Saraki on Wednesday, November the 4th. Senator Marafa, who raised the point of order at the continuation of proceedings, said the principle of fairness was not followed in the appointment of the committee chairman. Our correspondent Linda Akigbe reports.
On Air Force, Senator Duro Samuel Fashe, Vice Chairman Senator Ali Wakili.
On Wednesday, November 4th, Senate President Bukola Saraki at plenary named 65 Senate committees to oversee various ministries, departments and agencies of government. Senator Saraki also named the chairman and deputy chairman of the committees. 41 of the committees are chaired by APC senators, while 24 committees are headed by the opposition PDP. There was, however, no visible reaction after he named the chairman and vice chairman of the committees. That is, until the resumption of legislative proceedings on Tuesday.
Mr. President.
A federal lawmaker at plenary questioned the legality of the 65 standing committees announced by the Senate President. The lawmaker also pointed out that the creation of more standing committees is illegal, adding that the Senate President did not consult with the selection committee before taking this decision.
There was no fairness in the distribution of this position. Example, Katsina and Kaduna states were given one member, even when Katsina state has a member in Senator Kurfi that was a member of House of Representatives. But a fresher was picked from Kaduna state to be given chairmanship of a committee and vice chairmanship of another committee. And finally, Order 100 is grossly abused in the sense that the committees were not approved by this Senate.
The Senate President responded.
Thank you very much, Senator Kabiru Marafa. All your observations and comments on the appointment of the committees and leadership are noted. The selection committee of the Senate fully notes all your comments and observations. Thank you. Leader of the Senate.
Briefing journalists after plenary, the Senate spokesman explained the position of the Senate on the issue of a chairmanship of committees.
You are all living witness to the fact that these votes and proceedings were approved. Is that not? Isn't it? Composition of committees, chairman and vice chairman, was part and parcel of our votes and proceedings. So for me, I don't know what approval he's looking for. But as far as we are concerned, the Senate has so approved the chairman and vice chairman of committees.
The Senate spokesman also appealed to the lawmakers dissatisfied with the committees given to them to put aside their grievances and focus on doing the job which Nigerians elected them to do. Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.
In part 2, after the break, wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, reminds APC leaders to fulfill their campaign promise of feeding school children. That's in a moment. Do join us again.